Welcome to episode 6, Ultimate Temu Kitchen, must-have essentials and bargain finds you can't ignore. Today's exciting haul features some of the best deals on Temu, including oven thermometer, pot holders, tongs, knife sharpener, and wine. I mean wine bottle opener. And of course, insider tips. But not everything's a winner. Some of these items turned out to be junk. So stick around for those golden nuggets to see which items are worth your money and which ones to avoid. You won't believe how well this knife sharpener performs. And wait until you see the surprising results of our wine bottle opener test. By the way, you look phenomenal today. We've spent hours, days, weeks testing these products to give you the most accurate reviews to help you make the best choices for your kitchen. I gotta tell you, it's super hot at my house today. So if I burst into flames, it's not because I have a meth lab in the back. My daughter does, but she's a beginner. Unboxing. I bought the kitchen floor mat since I liked the color and it had good reviews at 4.6 out of 5. First impressions were good. It had a non-slip backing, it was soft and spongy, it was not too thin, a good size at 45 by 120 centimeters or roughly 18 by 47 inches. For $9, I felt confident in this product. Next up.
Packaging was damaged. Oh, this is an oven thermometer. This is damaged too, it's bent. But hopefully I don't have to send it back for that. Can you see how it's bent, peaked out? It's really cheap. I can bend it like it's like those twist ties on a bread loaf. So let's see if I get it down just enough. I can still use it. It's telling me it's not 100 degrees in here. I wanted this one because I wanted numbers that were really big. Because I'm getting older. I need these things and I can't see the damn numbers. So I looked at quite a few, also dirt cheap. Price right there. We'll give it a shot. We'll put it in the oven, see how it works.
You cannot judge oven mitts from an online photo, but at 49 pesos or less than $3, you can take a chance. Upon opening, they seemed thin, but had protective dissimilar materials on each side. I'm always scared to use pot holders I don't trust, obviously because it can hurt. I guess I can always double them up, but the only way to know is to test them. Okay. Kitchenware set. So usually I don't buy stuff like this online, and the reason is because they're really flimsy, they're cheap. In this case, I was looking at the reviews before I purchased it, and it said they were really sturdy. So let's take one and test it. And nah, these are junk. I mean, come on, you put 2 eggs on there, how's that gonna work? So that one's out. Yeah, this is for the news. You wanna pick up some sauce? Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Somebody lied and said they were sturdy. So obviously, it wasn't a real review. This is why we're doing these reviews. This one's a little better, but with any weight, these are junk. This set's definitely going back. See, this is a part. Look at the one I bought in the store. Here's the one I bought in the store. See, you can't move that. That's how it's supposed to be. I can pick up as much pasta as I want, not worry about spilling it all over me when it's hot. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, man? This is definitely a do not buy. It says kitchen tools, dishwasher safe, heat resistant, food safe. I hope it's food safe. Safe for all surfaces, and they're kind of small. So let's use compared apples and apples, right? This is the one that just came in the Temu stuff. And this is one of the things I don't like about Temu. They have a lot of junk. They send a lot of stuff back. And once in a while I get lucky, I get something good.
Just to hang. So we just moved into our house here in Mexico. We've been here about some wine, all kinds of stuff, right? See, these have got 2-sided tape on the back. It's already stuck to one side. You peel that off and just stick it to your wall. But we're going to use one for this thing, for my pot holders. There's not really a lot of space in these homes in Mexico. There's very few cabinets and stuff. And so that goes in the wall. They have like so. Oh, and they're not sponges. These are kitchen sponges, super cheap. Price right there. These things are kind of expensive in the store. They're like $1 each, right? Each. Those are actually pretty nice. Okay, so they got 3 layers, super soft, a little bit more firm on the white one, and then the scouring pad on top. These are not bad at all. Not bad at all. Especially for that part.
Good old-fashioned wine cork bottle opener. Hard, almost impossible to find these 2-prong bottle openers anymore. I had a wine brokerage for a decade and everything's got corks in it or pressurized. This is the fastest way and the cleanest way to take out a cork that you can put back in. What else we got? What else we got? We have, yes. This is, it's like Christmas time and my birthday and all wrapped in one. So this is a knife sharpener. Also stupid cheap, it costs this much. This is much needed. I bought these really cool knives. This is just a warning on a sharpener. For some reason I thought it was electric. I didn't look that up. Obviously it's not electric. So I bought these knives, let me show you. We just moved into our place recently, so we don't have anything because we've been living in the car for over 2 years. So I bought these knives and I thought at Walmart, and I thought they were really cool. They're called Ilko. They come with a little carrying case or a protective case. And the balance is really nice. The handles are plastic. I don't really give a shit. The balance is nice. When I first got them, the blades were super sharp. I cut a tomato, no problem. But that went really fast. I mean, I cut maybe 3 or 4 tomatoes and the thing wouldn't cut anymore. So when I saw this Temu sharpener, I was like, gotta have that. And then for this price, how do we do that? For that price, you gotta try it out. So it looks like it's got ceramic blades or something in it, or ceramic sharpeners in it. But we'll give it a shot and let you know what else we got. So I either forgot to record the unboxing of the tongs or I can't find them. It's kind of the same thing. So I'm just throwing this in for now. These tongs were bought separate from the shitty utensils, those rubber ones earlier. These are actually really nice. So obviously these got metal in them, they're not plastic. They cost this much. They're our normal size, they're not small. Let's go give them a shot. Oh, and by the way, as far as shipping times, for us here in Mexico, almost all shipping takes about 10 to 14 days. Once in a while we get something in a week, or sometimes it'll take a few days longer. All of these products were bought at different times, but they all fell within that 10 to 14 day normal window for us. The wine opener is of very good quality. After owning a wine brokerage for many years, I've used this type of cork puller countless times, and it's still my favorite. It is simple, quick, and doesn't damage the cork. When purchasing, ensure the metal pulling prongs are either treated or coated as to avoid rust. I don't drink alcohol anymore, I only use it for cooking, but nobody wants rust in their wine. The stick-on wall hangers were purchased as a space saver, and since houses in Mexico are mostly block, the 2-sided tape saved me from drilling any holes. I plan to use the hangers for lightweight kitchen utensils, so I wasn't concerned about strength. Super easy to install, just peel the tape and stick on your wall. Don't use these on freshly painted walls, they will peel the paint right off. The only problem I had was the diameter of the hangers was larger than some of the holes in my kitchen utensils, so I used twist ties from bread loaves to hang them with no drilling. Not pretty, but functional. After sticking the hangers to the wall, we let them sit overnight before using. Now my utensils are out of the way and it didn't take any space. Floor mat started off great. I liked the colors, the spongy feel, and the size fit the kitchen well. Only time will tell. When I first opened the giant pack of sponges, I was impressed. I appreciated the 3 layers from soft to scouring. I live alone with my 2 girlfriends, and in our kitchen I typically use one sponge to clean dishes and another to clean counters and things. I like to keep my dish sponge separate. The first thing I noticed is the scouring side didn't scrub. However, I just bought new non-stick pans for our new house. Everyone knows that non-stick surfaces damage easily, and these sponges clean the non-stick perfectly with no damage. So they didn't scrub my countertops, but they didn't damage my non-stick pans either. Okay, a little extra elbow grease on the counters. After a few days of use, they deteriorated rapidly. Check out these shots of the sponges I took daily for a week. Day 1, day 2, day 3. By the 4th day, they are pretty much dead. By day 7, I couldn't even use them as counter cleaners. My thought was, at only 16 cents a piece, it didn't really matter how long they lasted. So obviously they were junk sponges, but they didn't harm the nonstick.
Well, here's what I decided. And you're going to have to wait until In a Nutshell to find out. Stick around.
I have never used this style of knife sharpener before, and there were no instructions of any kind, but it's pretty straightforward. It had 4 slots, one of which was much different than the other 3. The ceramic stones made knife sharpening quick and easy. Turns out the 4th slot is for scissors, which I did not try out since my scissors are industrial. Even though it arrived damaged, the oven thermometer did its job. I had no way to test its temperature accuracy, but it worked fine while broiling chicken and baking. The oven mitts / pot holders worked just fine. Although I was hesitant, I was cautious. With the 2 different insulation materials, I was able to take dishes out of the oven without problems. Just a warm sensation, nothing hot. And finally, the tongs. It was obvious when unpacking, they were of good quality. I actually had these for 3 months now and have not cooked anything that needed tongs. So I used them to pick up paper towels and hot items out of the microwave. Nothing faltered.
Time for In a Nutshell. This is the pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages, recommendations, who it's for and who it's not for, comparisons and value for the money.
The floor mat was a pain in the ass. Soon after unboxing, the corners began to lift. It doesn't look like much, but I tripped over these constantly. I even tried putting weight on the corners to train them down. Didn't work. Combine that with a non-slip backing that was useless, this floor mat was pure frustration and was sent back after 28 days. With the dish sponges, I was caught in between. Yes, they were super inexpensive, but I went through a lot of them. They cleaned the non-stick perfectly, but nothing else. I did not send them back, but they do not qualify for a golden nugget. And if you remember, the plastic kitchen utensils were sent back immediately. I cannot honestly recommend these products to anyone. As far as product improvement, with these 3, I think it's better to begin anew and make a better product.
Remember, we live and shop in Mexico. If you live in the United States, then your prices are far less on Temu, and we are quoting you here. Now for my favorite part of the show, the golden nuggets.
In all our videos, we put the Temu product links for the gold nuggets in the description below. If the link is missing or not working, that is because the product is discontinued or sold out.
Out of the 9 products we reviewed, 6 of them made the golden nuggets. That's a record for us. In no particular order are: these wall hooks are simple to use, quick, and very handy. At less than $2 a pack, these self-sticking hangers can be used almost anywhere. I know you've got a lot of stuff in your drawer you can hang. If you are a home chef, there are 2 mandatory items you need in your kitchen: a timer and a thermometer. You can pick this one up for about $3, let it hang in your oven, and forget about it until you need it. When it comes to pot holders, if you need monogrammed self-portrait mittens, then these are not for you. But if you don't want to spend a lot of money and still not get burned, then pick these up for less than $3.
I never realized how important a knife sharpener was until I began cutting myself on those fucking dull knives. Save your fingers for only $2.
Although we didn't test the silicone tips in hot oil, these well-made tongs are going to last longer than you for less than $3. With your favorite bottle in hand and a need to punish your liver. For $3, this difficult to find 2-pronger will save you money and time when your better half is in the mood. If you enjoy our channel, please like, subscribe, and ring that bell. It would sure be nice to earn some income from those commercials you're watching. I mentioned we live and shop in Mexico, and our delivery times are typically 10 to 14 days. I know this channel is new, but I'd really like to hear what country you're in and what are your typical shipping times. Please leave a comment. I will answer. Now go buy yourself something. You deserve it.
And here's the next video, including a thermometer. What are these called? Talking about blank. I just cannot say this, man. I cannot spit this out. It's 12 words and I can't spit it out. Simple to use, quick, and very handy. I wrote this and I still can't say it. These wall hooks are simple to use, quick, and very handy.